Just as there are a lot of steps involved in buying a home, there are quite a few steps involved in selling a home too. In this two-part series, I'll go over the major steps involved in selling a home and some general timing for when each step should be done. I am Lillian Morrow with John L. Scott Real Estate in Puyallup, Washington. Thanks for joining me today. If you are thinking about selling your home, the first step should be to get a realtor to help you through the process. You'll want to get a realtor that you trust and work well with, and getting a realtor early in the process will allow them to help guide you through the steps and offer suggestions and feedback on getting your home ready for sale. The next thing you want to do is pick a date. When is the right time for you to sell? Do you need to move across the country for a new job by a specific date, or are you just moving across town and have more flexibility? The answer to these questions will help you decide on the date that's right for you. We are currently in a seller's market, and it's a great time to sell. Once you have chosen the date you want to sell your home, then about 2 to 3 months prior to that, you'll want to start researching the market in your area. This is one of the things a realtor can help you with. We have the tools to research what comparable homes have sold for or are currently selling for to help determine what you should expect your home to sell for. It should be justified by what like homes in the area are selling for. For example, if your home is older and needs updating and repairs, but a home with the same basic criteria has already been updated and recently sold for $500,000, you shouldn't expect to get $500,000 for yours as well. Buyers take the condition of the home into consideration. If they see your home and feel they will need to do a lot of work to update it, in their mind they will deduct the cost of those things from the price they are willing to pay when they compare it to recent homes that have sold that have already been updated. Not to mention, it will take a buyer the time and energy to get all those things done. Wouldn't they rather buy a home that is already updated if they can get one for the same price? You might then think, well, an investor will want to fix it up. Maybe they'll flip it and resell it. Well, they're looking for what like homes have sold for in the area as well, and they're looking for a deal on a home that needs work. So they would most likely view your home as overpriced. That doesn't mean you can't sell a home as is, it just means that you should adjust the asking price accordingly. It's important not to overprice your home when you first list it. This is a mistake some sellers make, thinking it won't hurt to drop the price later. Typically, you'll get the most interest in a home that is for sale in the first 30 days. And in our recent market environment, it's really within the first week, as there is a backlog of buyers looking for anything new on the market. If your home generates little interest in the first week or so, it may be overpriced, and you'll need to lower the price to try to attract more buyers. Lowering the price can also turn off potential buyers if they believe there is something wrong with the home and that's why it isn't selling. You'll also want to consider that for anyone getting a mortgage, the appraisal value will be a factor. If you accept an offer, but it doesn't appraise for that amount, you may need to renegotiate and adjust the price down anyway, or the sale might fall apart. And then you'd have to relist it and start over. You might also consider a pre-sale home inspection, which will help you find potential issues that may need repair before your home is listed for sale. A pre-inspection is optional, but may give you peace of mind about the condition and fair market value of your home. However, if you decide not to correct any issues that are found during the inspection, you will need to disclose those to potential buyers. Keep in mind that those same things may be found by the buyer's own inspector anyway, so it's not a bad thing to know about them up front. As far as the asking price for your home, you do want to think about it early in the process, but your realtor will help you revisit at the time you actually put your house on the market to account for any updates or repairs that you've made or changes in the market that may impact the price you can ask. During these couple of months prior to putting your house on the market, you'll also want to think about how much it will cost you to sell your home. Not only will you have things you may want to repair prior to selling that may cost some money, you'll also want to factor in closing costs and expenses involved in selling the home. Because we are currently in a seller's market, you may not be expected to help with any buyer's closing costs, but you will still have your own closing costs to consider. Some seller's closing costs include the mortgage payment, if you have one, the realtor commissions. The seller typically pays the commissions for their own realtor as well as the buyer's realtor commission. See my video on who pays realtor fees for some reasons why it makes sense to do so. There's also prorated property taxes, and how much those are will be dependent on what time of the year you sell. There's your closing and escrow fees. There's title insurance fees. and you might have some prorated HOA fees. Also in this period, a couple months before you list your home, if you will be buying a new home as well, you'll want to think about how much home you will be able to afford. Estimate how much down payment you'll have from the profits of your home sale and think about where you want your new home to be so you can research what the market is doing in that area. Again, your realtor can help you with this. If you are moving out of the area or out of state, they may be able to refer you to a dependable realtor in the area where you will be buying, so be sure to ask them. In this seller's market, it will give you more negotiating power and a better chance at getting a home you want if you already have your home sold and you have received the funds for it to use for your down payment or purchase of your new home. An offer contingent on the sale of a current home first is not as attractive to a seller compared to an offer where the buyer already has the funds in hand. If you can arrange a place to stay in between selling your current home and buying your next home, it will give you the best chance when buying a new home. So when you're about 6 weeks to 2 months out from listing your home, you want to begin to prep your home for sale. After your realtor tours your home, they can offer suggestions and things you might want to do first. When making necessary repairs, focus on cosmetic things, such as carpet frays or paint touch-ups, or maybe painting an entire room if it's necessary. When painting, neutral colors are best if possible. It's helpful to repair anything that's obviously broken, such as a bad hinge on a cabinet or a broken window, anything that is likely to get noticed right away. You might want to consider some major repairs, but be aware that many home improvements will not increase the value of your home by the cost that it takes to have them done, so it may not be in your best interest to do them. Research the return on investment for the improvement you are thinking about having done. Something to look at is, are your appliances old and crusty? Take a step back and think about how a potential buyer would view them. Would it be worth investing a bit to buy new appliances to make your home look more appealing? The kitchen can be the hub of the home these days and plays an important role in selling your home. If you want to do more major updates prior to selling your home, but you don't have cash to do so, there are some programs that can help you pay the costs up front, and then you can pay it back when you close on your home from the profits. Our brokerage has a great program for this. If you choose not to repair something such as a leaky roof or a broken pipe, just remember that you will need to disclose any known issues when selling your home. You want to be honest about any issues, as you don't want it to come back to haunt you later. A new coat of neutral paint, updated carpeting or flooring, and tidy landscaping are typically lower cost ways to make a great first impression. If you don't have the time, finances, or energy to do a lot of repairs, it may make sense just to sell your home as is. Just keep in mind that you should price to reflect the work that it needs. In a seller's market, it's still possible that it will sell for a great price. So about 1 month to 6 weeks out, you want to start packing and decluttering. Even if a home is older and needs some updating, the cleaner the better when selling a home. Clean windows to make things brighter, clean your carpets and floors, remove cobwebs and dust baseboards, wipe down doors if there's smudges near the doorknobs, eliminate odors, and you may want to take down personal photos. If potential buyers see your family photos on the wall, it may distract them from envisioning their own family living there, as they look at the photos online or do a walkthrough. Buyers may want to look in your cabinets and closets to see how the shelving is set up or how spacious they are, so be sure to tidy those areas too. Outside, you'll want to mow the lawn, trim plants, pull weeds, and maybe put down new mulch or bark. Pack up those things not used often and that you can live without for a while. It may be okay to put some in the garage if you have one, but you might consider a storage unit to keep the garage looking clean and spacious. If your kids have outgrown a bunch of toys and clothes and they're just taking up space, consider having a yard sale to make a few extra dollars or donate them. This goes for anything around the house and garage that you really don't want or need any longer. The simplest and most effective thing you can do to help sell your home is to clean and declutter. I guess I've gone on long enough today, so we'll stop here and I'll share the rest of the process in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe and request to be notified of new videos so you don't miss it.